Part 1 and part 2.
That's alright, that's right.
And I do that work for me.
Cool. Alright. Okay, so, yeah, how are you feeling? You alright?
I'm feeling great.
Okay. Alright, so, we talked a little bit about how other people have had to adjust, how you have...
And that's the negative side. Let me speak on the positive side too.
Please.
So the positive side of it, not say negative, the bitter side, the sweet side of it is that people are actually hearing me. I used to be walking around like, God, Jesus is alive. You know, the guy that's in the town that's just, he's crazy. You know, he talking about the sky's falling type shit, you know. But now it's to the point where I'm not screaming no more. I'm like, hey, Jesus is alive, you know, the sky's falling. Believe in God, you know. I don't have to speak with that tone, and it's being heard for the people that actually can understand it. You know, like I said, I got friends out here that's right out here, like down the street, you know, not having a job, different thing. They won't go across the bridge to get to San Francisco to get this job that pays a lot, you know. When one of my friends came from Florida, he come all the way from Florida, and he gets out here. He stays with me for like 2 weeks. He about to have his own place by the end of this next week. You know what I mean? He came out on a Friday. I don't know if I can say this part. The other part on the Saturday. Then on Sunday, he went to church with me. And then on Monday, got the job, you know. And it was that smooth of a transition because he believed and he heard me, you know. He heard me. God speaking through me. Whatever the purpose was to get to him, he heard it, you know, and it's productive. Like, so when I speak to people or any friends that I have nowadays, it means something to them. It's like, before it meant something, it was something, it wasn't like that, but it's still that other side of me, my anger, my things that I had that kind of clouded that judgment. Like, you know, motherfucker, I love you. What the fuck, I love you. They weren't hearing the I love you, they just heard the argument, they just heard the screaming. You know, all they heard was the loud noise, the aggressiveness. They didn't know that aggressiveness was in their favor, you know? So it was like, okay, well, man. So I understand it. I understand why certain messages didn't get across from me. But I worked on that. I've been going to my counseling, and I've been going to church more often. I got like just, you know, the King James Bible, and I have like a Quran now. Like, you know, I went to the like Christian church, Catholic things growing up. Jehovah's Witness things, you know, like, so just get more familiar with people's lives and lifestyles, you know, to be able to communicate with someone. You know, it's like if you never rode a bike and you want to tell me about how I need to ride a bike, like, don't talk to me about a bike. You never rode a bike, you know, everything you're saying is in theory, you know. But yeah, like, so just embrace it, just going forward in my thoughts and ideas and my inquiries. Like, I just really want to just live for a living, like, literally, you know. And it's happening, you know. Just sacrificing my like, you know, just trying to live with more faith in the universe, faith in my higher power, faith in, you know, just faith in that's how it grows, that's how it starts happening. That's 100% it, how it happens. Because on my own merit, my own mind, I can make things happen, but then I'll have the universe working against me too. Because it's like, no, that idea that you have is bringing this dark energy with it too. You know? And it's like, no, we got to put that out. It can't exist here. The only darkness that's in my words is about let it in, literally. Someone's going to argue with me. It's through loved ones. It's not through, it's like, oh, I love you, man. You know, you told me this. Then after 5-10 minutes, I can't do this. You know, this is my reality. I have to do this. I have to do that. Like, where'd that come from? All right, I'll talk to you later. Because you're stuck in that. You need to work on it. If I can't bring light into your world and light in you, you're just going to be darkness into mine. So it's like...
So, to get to that place and to like start to you know, it sounds like, I mean, it sounds like you're Oh, I guess like when earlier we were talking about how you don't have to tell people what to do so much anymore. You can just do you, and they see it, and then they see the success that you're achieving, and they want that, and then they ask you maybe how to do it, and so they're kind of figuring it out on their own time. They're right, like it's like you're not pushing on like you'll give them the information, and then you'll let them make their own decisions, and when they're ready, you'll help them out.
Yeah, and I'm like personally making that decision because a lot of people are like, nobody helped me get on, so why am I gonna help you? Like nobody was reaching out to me, so why would I do that in return? But I've been on this breaking a generational curse thing, so I make it my personal duty to do that. Like the reason why is like I'm saying I don't care, I do care, but it's like I'm so busy with what I have going on. I don't even have the time to be pondering like, well, if they're gonna come back around or this that or I don't even. It's just not even a thought. It's not. It just doesn't bring up. I may think about a memory in my head and it's like, oh dang, that was dope. Hey, I wonder. I hope they're doing good. And maybe the last thing I heard about them. And it may be a recent thing, but it'd be like, man, I hope they're doing good. Say a prayer for them, like I'm the type of person that'll pray with you, not just pray for you. So it's like either they're gonna be willing to pray with me or not, and that's like I just don't have any time. Like there's hands that will grab my hands and I will pray with, So why am I running after people to get to pray for them? Like they're not ready. Like it's not my place to do that. I just learned where it's not my place. Like it's not my place, and where it is my place is what's ready. It's gonna be ready. Like it's gonna be like the planets aligned for it. Just like you're doing this podcast. Like you're ready for it. I have friends tell me all the time, yeah, I want to start a podcast and I want to do this and okay. My only thing I could think of to do is first I was try to sit there with them and figure it out and try to help them transition from not being in there to now doing it. But all their excuses, I had to fight through their negative thoughts and my own negative thoughts. So I'm like, I can't fight through your negative thoughts and mine. Like you got to do your part. Like so that was that. And then my only solution is okay. Well, let me start something, Love at the Lake, and then. Let them be a guest on the show. If people love their opinion and what they have to say, maybe we could do a spin-off, to where they start a podcast. Like that's why I have to go further, because then I actually have something to offer. I have fruit for my labor. I'm bearing fruit from this tree that I'm branching out to. So that's the only way I could feed someone, or I have to go find somebody else's fruit and share the fruit that I got from somebody else's with them. But most people don't appreciate that at all. They don't appreciate that at all. They just take it as I was supposed to get it, or whatever chip they want to keep on their shoulder. They may think that they manipulated that situation for them. Like the only reason you my friend to give me some fruit is because I had a show. I had somewhere to stay tonight. And now they blame it on. They find some reason why. They find some reason, and I don't even dwell in that realm anymore. So yeah, man, I just go forward and try to push, and I have the resources to help, If I don't have the resources, like, this world we're in, you need these things. Like, people are not going to respect it. If you don't have money, you don't care how good of a podcast you are. They like, how much money is it making? You don't care how beautiful the girl is. How much money is she making? You don't care how smart, intelligent, wise something is, or creative. It's just how much money is it making? That's how it tells the value to them. So... yeah, man, it's just, you don't necessarily need to get the money to feed that value, because once you get out of that game, it doesn't matter if they see it or not. You see it, and you're getting blessed. The universe is blessing you with what you need to be fruitful and love and joyous in your life. But I'm personally choosing to be in this world and try to help and do what I need to do. Like get money so people can see me with money and be like, oh, well, what are you doing? Oh yeah, let me talk to you about the universe and God and Jesus. Like I'm like reeling them in, but it's not the manipulative way anymore. At first I tried to use the devil tricks to do God's work. Like I tried to use darkness and manipulation and invoking people's ego and stuff like that for my purpose. I want them to see it. Maybe it's not for them. I don't know what it's for them to see, not see. I just have to be myself, And whether it's whatever stage I'm at, and I feel like the universe will speak through me and do the rest.
Has that been hard to like learn how to just be yourself and like let people, um, like, I mean, what I hear is, you know, you're focusing on you, and you're doing these projects of your own, but also seeing how, in doing them, you can model it to, you know, your friends and acquaintances and show them that it's possible. One, you could also include them on it, like, but they've got to take that. They've got to. You're offering them this opportunity. You're modeling it for them, but it's no longer your responsibility to like walk them through the whole process. Like they've got to notice that hey, okay, I can be on. If I want to do a podcast, I can be on your show, and that we can see where it goes from there. You know, like, and so you're setting up these opportunities, and but they've got to take their own initiative to take that opportunity. Has that been? It's so. It sounds like it's very different from what you were doing, in terms of like really like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it's like, okay, before it would be momentarily, it wouldn't be as consistent. So so maybe sometimes it happened in a natural form and it was great. But right when I seen that they listen, I go right back to it like, oh yeah, okay, you heard me now. But let me give you this. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, I get that's enough, you know. And I was overwatering that plant, and basically like